So, in honor of this, we thought today we would talk about our story of how we met
Mm.
and share that kind of journey with you and a few little anecdotes from that time and beyond, which
Mm.
I'm really excited about. Tina, would you like to start and share a little bit about that journey and how we came to be in the same place at the same time?
Yeah, although it's not a vegan story, it's more the
Mm,
story of soul expansion. And I really
mm.
like that we will talk about that part today because it goes beyond vegan. So it was in Bali during a 10-day journey called When Women Were Wolves, from the Eclectica Hub, the School of Transformative Arts and Dance. And big shout out to our beautiful teacher Demi Lee and Anna Maria, who are the founders of this really transformative work.
For me, you know, the beginning of our meeting happened in this beautiful shala space in this retreat center in Ubud. And I can't remember the exact moment of us meeting, but there is some moments that I really hold dear to me. And I feel like that might not have been the exact moment that we met, but for me, it's the moment that we connected at a soul
Mhm.
level. And I don't know if it's the same for you when I share this, but for me, there was these sort of moments where you and I, as two of the older women in the group, doing this incredible dance performance and learning this dance over a period of 10 days. We were in this shala being instructed and doing rituals and ceremonies and all kinds of beautiful things that were connecting us together. And I remember for me, there was these little moments where, because you and I are not professional dancers, we're not people who have done lots of choreographed dancing before. We jumped into this experience really courageously, I think. And there was these moments where we weren't getting the dance, and me and you were at the back and the side, crossing over each other and like trying to find our path. And we just get the giggles and laugh and laugh and laugh. And I remember that happening so many times. And it really felt so good to have someone else who could be really playful and muck around about this choreographed dance that we were trying really hard to learn, but really struggling with remembering it and getting the steps right. And there's so many stories I can tell about that in itself. But yeah, for me, there was these really beautiful moments of connection between us where our eyes would lock and we'd laugh. And yeah, I
Mm.
felt like that was the moment when we sort of, our souls connected, for me
Mm.
anyway. I'm not sure if it's the same for you.
Mm. Yeah, as you said, there were many, but definitely those that you mentioned were for me also. And I remember how we expressed our frustration, which was supposed to be normal while learning the choreo, about how we are maybe too old and that's why we can't remember the choreography. But then there was this like mutual pain and mutual frustration that actually connected us. Yeah, in the end, uh, what we did and the way we performed as a whole group made this whole new way of seeing other beings and souls, and we both were the part of that witnessing of the beauty of just pure human beings in the body of women, but actually something way more ancient and deeper than just what we see with our eyes. And then, as continued through our morning chats and all the meals that we shared, you know how some people you do connect with maybe just a random conversation, but with some people you just connect more often. So it was the case with us, and you actually connected with my daughter
Mm.
really deeply. So it was like a true
Yeah.
bonding from different sides. Yeah, I remember all these stories, and how you said that you're also holding spaces for women, how you're passionate about women's circles, also about ceremonies and plants. And I was like, oh, this woman is like my kind of woman. That was my thought. And I also was really attracted by your humbleness, how modest you are in your vastness and greatness. And I really felt that I can connect with you without agenda, you know, just like seeing where it will take us. And then there was this shopping day when
Oh,
we went for a coffee and we stayed for I don't know how many hours. Maybe you can share about that one.
yeah, that was so beautiful. Thank you for what you just said. That was really beautiful. And yeah, that means a lot to me. And I think,
Mm-hmm.
for me, the way that I see you, this really strong, vibrant, passionate, beautiful woman who really wants to see other women win and sees the light in other people. And I really felt like that when I connected with you, that wow, this woman sees me. And that's an experience that is really healing, for me personally, to be seen in that way, to be seen for who I am, and to be understood. And I also remember so many moments in the mornings we'd do practice together, and your daughter Dora, the beautiful Dora, would be helping me and you with our steps. And then we'd kind of have our day of dancing, and then in the evening we'd finish up having cups of tea by the pond. And I felt like, yeah, every morning we'd start together and journey together through the day and then end the day together. And, I felt like we couldn't get enough of hanging out with each other. It's sort of like that
Mm-hmm.
thing. Sometimes when you hang out with people a lot, you want your own space. Whereas, it felt like the three of us always wanted to come together and have a chat and have a laugh. And we laughed a lot. We still laugh a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So much laughter.
That's true.
Um,
That's true.
yeah. But also when we went out for our, yeah, little chat, it was so nice you invited me out, and we, had a little afternoon together sharing. And I remember you said something to me that stuck with me. You said to me, I can't remember the exact wording, but you said something to me about, I was sharing about all the different things that I do and how I feel like there's all these different identities and parts of me that I have. And it feels hard to like bring them together as one. And you just kind of looked at me and said, well, why can't you do that? Just do that. Just be all of you, be all of the things that you are, bring them together. Like, why can't you do that? And,
Mm-hmm.
that stayed with me. That had a big impact on me. And it made me realize that I can actually honor all the different things that I do and have, that they're not kind of separate parts, that I do this and then I do this and then I do that. It's like I can bring it all together, be my whole self. And I want to thank you for that. I've never actually said that to you. I want to say thank you for that,
Mm-hmm.
because you saw my wholeness and helped me to really bring that together in one kind of thing together that I'm now creating in life, is bringing all the parts of me. And I guess this project that we're doing is a part of that. That the vegan part of me that really wants to expand out into the world has kind of been a bit quiet, and you've helped her to come out and express herself. So thank you so much for that. I
Mm-hmm.
really appreciate that.
Okay, I'm getting goosebumps all over, especially here in my hair, head space. Thank you so much. It's a real celebration to hear that, and that we can
Mm,
celebrate each other so publicly. And this is what actually is our mutual desire. I can speak for you also in your name. I know, because I know that we both have this gift of seeing the best in people, to seeing their gift, seeing their beauty. And we are on a mission or on a path of bringing that out from the people, because we do see
mm,
the world as it can be. And I think that it was also something that connected us deeply. And the whole dance journey itself was a real initiation for ourselves personally, but it actually maybe was like a step, like, how do we say, stepping stone, like a base stone? What's the
mm.
word? Is it a stepping stone?
Stepping stone. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for what unfolded actually for the two of us, because our conversations continued in a sense that we wanted to support each other business wise, and then we went into really our own personal friendship exchange, and then you also supported me in really tough moments and gave me really professional support when I experienced trauma after a wildfire where my community lost a lot, and I went into a really dark part of my life. But then it was actually your initiative when you said, let's create something for vegan people, when I realized, wow, I never actually did that in my life. I never connected with someone who is vegan and who wants to collaborate together. And I think that it is what actually Bali brought to us, this support of the wolves,
Mm.
wolfess, uh, and yeah, the co-creation of this tribe that we have. I mean, we are two, but it's like a tribe that we also want to gather, and we want to show the tribe all the ways we can expand, not show, but invite them into the spaces of the
Mm.
unknown and the possibilities. Because yeah, what started as a maybe Zoom now and then ended up as a beautiful collaboration.
Yeah, I really love what you shared there. And I think one of the things that you touched on there was this concept of the wolf and women, when women were wolves. And for me, one of the big lessons that I got from Bali and one of the big healings that I got from being in this group with all of these incredible women was this sense of that I've been a lone wolf a lot. And even though I've had people around me, I haven't had the connection to collaborate and do things together in a really wholesome way as two equals. That's hasn't been an experience that I've had a lot of in my life. I feel like I've often been this kind of lone wolf doing things, and my lesson was to do things collectively. And there was a calling in of I don't want to do things on my own anymore, and it took a while for that to land fully. But
Mm.
I think that the connection with you helped that to become a reality and helped me to feel safe in that, because there's a vulnerability when you connect with people. And I think that connection that we've had has been very vulnerable, and vulnerability has been something that's taken me a long time to feel comfortable with. And there's sort of layers of vulnerability, and I feel that with you and the connection we have, that I've been able to be more vulnerable and allow that collaborative kind of experience to expand. And I think that's the thing that we want to bring to the world and to vegans, is when we come together and when we share space and share our ideas and share our energy, then there's this possibility to expand out into parts of ourselves and expressions, and to create things that are beyond what we can do on our own. And I think sometimes it feels quite radical in a way, because we're so, especially in our culture here in Australia, it's a very individual culture. And I think with spending so much time online, connecting through social media platforms, not through Zoom or anything like that, but through social media platforms, can sometimes feel really isolating, even though it's supposed to connect us. And so the experience of connecting face to face every week, almost for a year, I feel closer to you than I do to some people who are living, really close to me.
Mm.
And I think that human connection is the thing that people really need nowadays, and connection with people who are like minded. And I think that's what I'm really excited about with what we're creating, because when we come together, then we can expand out into new ideas and new ways of doing things. And I definitely feel that since we've connected, that so many things have developed within me and grown within me because I've had that support from you.
Mm. Beautiful. The celebration of each other when we are in the group is something that we also started with on that retreat. and
Mm.
really witnessing all the differences that we are expressions of. There were so many women that were so different, and yet we managed to celebrate each and every woman in her own expression and uniqueness. This is also something that I
Mm.
think, as a stepping stone of our friendship, is something that we will definitely bring into our spaces that we want to create for vegan people, because it feels that vegan spaces are mostly directed towards a certain idea or a mission that is not a personal one. So what we want to create with Vegan Soul Expansion is to really call people to connect with themselves more, and then be able to connect with others and then celebrate each other. So it's also such a beautiful mirror of our experience that we had in Bali that makes me really excited.
Yeah, me too. And I think what came up for me then was, this is something I talk about a lot in the work that I do. It's like when you're working with people and being with people in this way, you're shining a light on each other. And I think that's kind of the vision I have for vegan soul expansion. It's like we've all got these torches and we're like, oh wow, look at your brilliance. Oh wow, look at your brilliance. Oh, look at your brilliance. Because sometimes people don't see their own brilliance. And when someone else shines a light on your brilliance and the thing that makes you you, that thing that makes you your unique person, because we're also unique, then you can start to grow that part of you even more because someone is seeing it and supporting it. It's kind of like watering a plant or a seed, it's like someone shining their light helps to water that a little bit more, and you start to go, oh, maybe I can do this, or maybe I can expand out into that area of my life. Maybe I am capable of doing this. And I think that's one of the beautiful things that's happened between us that, we're really excited to share with other people is what's possible. We don't even know what's possible sometimes. So what's possible when people's brilliance gets kind of watered and expanded together, and what we can create, and so I guess, I'm thinking this little invitation to anyone watching this, if you're someone who's sitting here thinking, I have all these things I want to do, or these ideas, or these, parts of me I want to express, like, please connect with us, share with us. What are those things that you have that you want to expand on? What are these things that you have always wanted to do? Because this is an opportunity to connect with us as fellow vegans and, have us be a support to you, because that's what it's about. It's about expanding together. It's not about one person getting ahead of another. It's actually we walk together and we expand together in a circle.
Yeah, it's also stepping out of the social norms and seeing creating of a project like this one as a business. So it's a new way of connecting, but in a sense it is very old, as we used to connect without agenda. So we really, both of
Mm.
us, do want to see different ways of connection, of co-creation, of community, of supporting each other, of celebrating each other, that goes beyond a very strict and very narrow concept or the form of the business, or even the world that is now, maybe the capitalism also. So I feel that we, both of us, are so open towards possibilities. And again, it's an expansion into the unknown, which is one of our pillars that we really discussed very deeply, that we actually don't know what we are creating. We do have an idea and we are passionate about it, but it can become even more magical if people connect with us and tell us, okay, let's maybe try this, or I have this idea, maybe you can support me. So it goes beyond just transactional, I would say.
Mm. I love that. And it goes into the mystery of the unknown, you know?
Mm,
And I think that's the great thing. It's like every person who it joins in brings something. And then that's when the ideas, the collective ideas come about, because that's the most genuine way to do something. It's different to, I have an idea and I want you to come and help me with my idea. It's, we provide a space and you bring what you bring in and we create
mm,
something out of that together from an equal space. And that's what excites me. And while you were talking, I started to get this feeling of, you know, what's possible for the earth when people who are vegan come together, who love animals and love
mm,
the earth. What's possible? What contribution that's really positive can we make to Mother Nature, to Mother Earth, to this beautiful land, to this sea, to this water, to this sky? What's that contribution? You know, I feel like that's part of the direction of this expansion. I don't know what that looks like, but I feel like it's, and we've talked about this, me and you, around how we feel really strongly about connecting and supporting this beautiful earth and
mm,
creating some things that contribute to her. She gives so much to us and she needs
mm,
us. And so, you know, I'm really excited about that as well. That possibility of
mm.
a group of people coming together and contributing to the earth from the same shared space of veganism and the values that we hold collectively.
Yeah, she also is craving for new ways because the old ways,
Mm,
how we approached her and approached certain ideas or concepts, didn't quite work. So who knows, maybe
mm,
we will really find super powerful, new, not seen so far ways of really making a change. And we will, just by connecting,
mm.
just by celebrating each other, just by allowing this mystery spaces. This is the change itself.
Mm, I love that.
Mm,
Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you
mm,
so much for this conversation. You know, we never quite know where our conversations are going to go. And I just love that it kind of evolves into this path where we
mm,
land here at the end with a really big reverence to the earth, because she deserves that reverence and
mm,
that attention. And we welcome you to share with us in the comments what you think about the new ways of supporting the earth might be. What do you have to contribute to that conversation? We invite you to share with us. And I feel complete with this conversation today, tonight, this morning. It's nighttime here, it's morning there. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
There is so much, of course, and we can go deeper, but
Mm,
we promised to each other that we will keep it in this format. And I know that
mm.
every new conversation is going to be a layer deeper. So let's keep it this way. And I just want to say that I celebrate you and that I celebrate our friendship and I celebrate this beautiful project that we started together. And yeah, let's see what the mystery wants to show us.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I celebrate you too. We're two non-drinkers, but we celebrate with a pretend mocktail. Cheers.
Cheers.
Uh, and from my heart to yours, thank you. And we
Mm.
will see you next time.
Yay.
So, to set the intention for this session, I would like to set the intention of celebration, because it is 1 year since we met, and I really want to celebrate this beautiful friendship and this heart connection and all of the things that we're creating. And I think this is such a beautiful opportunity to honor this journey and this path that we've gone on together to get here today. So I want to say thank you, and I'm imagining our hearts are connected, and our hearts are connected with the people that are watching this, and that, yeah, we spread more celebration and heart centeredness into the world today and beyond.
Mm. That's so beautiful. I received the celebration and I'm sending it back to you and to everyone. And something that started as let's chat from time to time ended as regular, I think, weekly chatting, and then creating a whole new project together. It really feels like a beautiful result of expansion that we surrendered to.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much. And I feel that in my heart. I feel all the way from Croatia to Australia, that energy flying through the air between us. Hmm.
Yay.